Welcome to Genius Format. Today I will show you how to make a Minecraft server with plugins. Stick around to see how. This is the second episode in our Minecraft server setup series. So if you haven't watched the first video, you should check that out, because in the last episode we built the server from scratch. Let's get started. So step one is going to balena.io/etcher. If it wants to load, that is. And then download it here. Then go to ubuntu.com. Then download and get Ubuntu server. Manual server installation, and hit this download button. Let's say it automatically starts downloading in Chrome. We don't want that. So arrow, cancel. Now let's close this. Then we right click the download now button and then copy link address. Then let's open up Etcher, flash from URL, and paste this URL in there. Hit OK. Select the correct drive that you want to install, write the installation image to. I would recommend like at least 2 gigabytes of storage on it. Well, a 2 gigabyte USB drive is the minimum. Select it and be aware that this drive will be wiped. So if you don't want to have it wiped, you gotta have a backup of it. So back it up if you need to, and then hit the flash button. Why I'm telling you this is because there are no warnings in this application, but it's still a really good application, so that's why I use it. Plug it into the computer and go into the boot menu. Currently I'm in the BIOS, so I'm gonna exit and then spam the F12 key, because that's what the boot menu key is for me, at least. I'm using a KVM, so I don't have to go back and forth all the time. Now we're gonna select the Ubuntu server image, USB drive. Hit enter. By the way, there's no mouse. You do not need a mouse for this. So it's all keyboard. Give it a little to start up. Okay, it has finished booting up. Use the arrow keys to navigate to the correct language. English US is fine for me. Select your keyboard layout. Let's say I need like French keyboard. This is where I would select it. Hit escape if you need to cancel it. Hit enter to continue. Keep this default, so hit enter again to continue. Keep in mind this IP address. So ignore the /24 at the end. You need to remember this, because this is how we'll be connecting to it. Hit done. Leave this blank unless you need a proxy. Keep this default, or unless you know something that's better. Use this entire disk. Make sure it's the correct disk. If it's not the correct disk, you might wipe out some things. So, done. Review the partition table, looks fine for me. Hit done, and continue. enter your name, the server name, set a password. It cannot start with a capital letter. Press space to tick the install open SSH server. We do need this. Keep this at no. And then hit done. Go all the way down to done and hit enter. And it's installing. Give it a minute and then it'll update. Okay, the updates have finished. It took me less than a minute. It took me like 30 seconds to do this. So hit enter on reboot now. And then disconnect the storage medium. I just do that for the KVM. Then hit enter. And that's all we need this window open for. I'm going to open up a new terminal window because yes, you do need a terminal. In Windows it's command prompt, in Mac OS it's terminal, and in Linux it's your terminal emulator. You should know what that is if you're on Linux. Then type in SSH and your username and then whatever that IP address was. So 192.168.0.1 and then I forgot the rest. So okay, so we logged in, and then we do IP space A, and then right here is your IP address. So 93. Okay, type in yes, and then enter in the password. Okay, if we've done that, we don't need the PC, direct access to the computer anymore. If you plugged in a monitor into it, you can remove that now. So we need to update this system. So sudo apt update to update this. Enter your password once again. Okay, it's updated. So it's really quick. Sudo apt upgrade, and then just hit enter. This will update the system. The update command, the first command took really little time because Ubuntu 22.04 was literally just like released like 2 weeks ago, so yeah, it doesn't take that long to update. Okay, we have done that, and let's open up a new browser window. So give me a second. Yes, I know it's a bit of browser opening and closing. Let's go to papermc.io, but before we download it, we go and install Filezilla. So just search up that and install it. I already have it, so that's fine. We can do Control D or Command D in order to get out of that. And I'm just going to close the terminal. Okay, once we have that done, we do open up our start menu and then Filezilla. And then we type in the server IP address. Enter your username and your password. Leave the port, set the port to 22 and then click connect. Always trust this host and done. Okay, we are now connected to the server. Now I'm just gonna go in there. So now we can right click in the server, create directory and enter it. And then call it server. Now it will lead you into an empty folder. Hit the downloads button. Right click this and copy link address. And then since we can establish a connection, a SFTP connection, we know that it's fine. So let's go into the command prompt again and then type in this command again. If you're on Linux or Mac, you could just press the up key. Enter the password again. And now, let's cd into the server. Hit enter to execute the command. And then let's do wget space, and then if you're on Linux, Control-Shift-V. On macOS, Command-Shift-V. And then on Windows, you just right click. Hit enter. It will download Paper. Let's rename it, so MV for move, but we're still moving it into the same directory, but so we can just change the name. Paper, and press tab, and then Paper again, but then let's use the arrow keys to navigate and delete the -317 or whatever version it is. Now if we do ls, we will see paper-1.18.2.jar. Let's make this executable. So chmod +x and then paper and then tab. Okay, now if we list it again, it's now green because it's now marked as executable. So now we need to make a startup file in order to start up the server. In fact, we don't need this one to open anymore. So let's do nano start.sh for a shell script. Hit enter. Oh wait, now I need to use a different terminal. Please okay, I'm in there, and then let's do the same command again. Nano start.sh. Okay, now hashtag !! bin/bash. This is the thing that we're going to use to execute it. This is known as a hash bang. Then let's do let's actually not do that, and let's open up another browser window. Here, okay. So let's go to search Google or DuckDuckGo, Java 17. Okay, here, if we want to exit it, we can do Control X, Y to save it, and then enter. Go here. So it should be here at this link. Select this thing here. So right click this and copy link address. CD space dot dot to go into the previous directory. And then let's get and then control it. Remember how you pasted it? So paste that link again. It'll take a second or two, depending on your internet speed. Okay, now since that's downloaded, we need to do tar --help, and then I'm going to pipe that into plus. So this is how we need to first gzip and then jdk help. Okay, so gzip -d, and then we just do jdk, and there. This will unzip the file. So if we list the directory again, we have our server folder and then our JDK file. But you notice how it does not end with the .gz, because we extracted it, and since we didn't pass -k, it didn't keep the file. But we don't need that file anymore, so that's fine. And then we can go up to the tar help. Okay, so tar-xf and the archive. Okay, tar-xf and then jdk and then tab. This extracted it. And we can now remove this file. So rm space and then jdk and then tab, but don't press enter yet. Press the underscore and then tab again to remove the tar file, because we don't want to delete this folder. Then, if we list the directory again, we only get this JDK folder. Let's not do anything with that, but do pwd to print the working directory. So we're in /home/Andrew, and then or whatever your username is there, and then /jdk. Okay, we'll need this later. Just remember this. cd back into the server, and then edit this start script. So we can do in quotes /home/your username, Andrew in my case, then jdk-17.0.3 or whatever your JDK version is, /bin/java, and then after that do x, capital X, MX, and then how many gigabytes of RAM you want to give to the server. So 8G, and then do the same for it, but XMS instead of XMX. Okay, and now let's do -jar, and then let's pass the paper jar file. So paper -1.jar 18.2.jar. You actually don't need to do that in quotes. Yeah, there we go. Control X, Y, and then enter. But this is not an executable file, so we need to make it executable. So chmod plus X and then start.sh. You can tab complete it. Okay, now it's executable. And now we can do ./start.sh. It's going to download the vanilla jar file, and then it will patch it because we're using paper, not the vanilla Minecraft server jar. Why, you're probably wondering? Well, it has way less bugs in it, and it's just more secure after all. It's just more secure. And also, we can use plugins with it. So, if we list the directory again, we have a lot more files here. So, we need it, since we have this error, we need to agree to the end user license agreement. So, nano EULA, and then you can tab complete it. And then at the end here, we can do true, not false, because false is not agreeing to it. True is agreeing to it. This message was added by PaperMC. Don't worry about that. Control X, Y, and then enter. And then let's run the server again. So ./start.sh. And this will load up the server. Give it a second to, okay, there you go. It's done creating the world. Now we go to multiplayer, and then this is a test server. Okay, so add server, and then enter in your server's IP address. Okay, we have added that server, but this Minecraft server is not secure yet. People within can access any port within of this device, which is probably not what you want. So we need to make it more secure. So let's go back to this stop. And then it's a normal thing. Sudo ufw allow and then 22. Enter your password. This allows port 22, which is our SSH connection. If we don't allow it and enable the firewall, then we won't be able to access the device with SSH. So then sudo ufw allow 25565. This is the Minecraft server port. This didn't do anything much yet, so sudo ufw enable, and then just type y, and there you go. The firewall is now active. So if we refresh it, it's still not connected because we haven't run it yet. So let's run it again. And it started up. So now if we refresh, there we go. We've connected to the Minecraft server. I'm gonna crank up my render distance, my simulation distance. There we go. So yeah, now we have a Minecraft server. But then there's a problem. We can't use commands, so let's say we want to change our game mode to creative. Oh, whoops. You don't have permission to do that. Well, then how do I give myself permission? OP to give yourself operator, then enter your Minecraft username. You can also tab complete in here, which you cannot do with the vanilla server jar. And as you can see this, since you're now an operator, you can see what the console, what gets logged to the console. Really neat. And now you could do that /game mode creative that we couldn't do before. And then also, if you want to see the server's plugins, you can do /pl. But the thing is, there are no plugins installed. Let's install, I don't know, let's say World Edit. It's a pretty straightforward plugin. So, search up World Edit, download it, and download the latest file or whatever other file. And then just save it there. It's downloading. Didn't want to download. Why will it not download? Okay. Let's right click this, copy link address, and let's close it. So, stop. And then, let's cd into our plugins folder, and then let's enter in doget, and then paste the file, -o, I think it's a lowercase o, and just worldedit.jar, or whatever plugin you have. And then let's delete download, because we don't need that. Okay, let's start the server again. I don't know, World Edit's being a bit funky today, so I don't know. Let's try to get it to work. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna save it here. Okay. My web browser just didn't like me today. So let's do, let's get into Filezilla. So Filezilla, and then let's connect to our server. So IP, username, password, and port. There we go. Server, and then plugins. And I'm gonna find world edit and first of all, delete this failed world edit and upload it. Once it's uploaded, close out of this, stop the server, and then start it again. And there you go, it's loaded. So now we can connect to it. And now we can do world edit commands. So we could use the axe, or we could just use the position commands. Okay. Okay. So there we go. That's how we do all of this. Also, you can execute console commands. So remember that stop command? Yeah, we can do it here. And there you go. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Bye.